I never know how to start these things. It's difficult, isn't it? It's like hitting a golf ball, isn't it? Because it's something that's not going to happen unless you make it happen. I should probably flag up now. You can probably hear my wonderful dog Rocky, little pug puppy, chewing his bone. So that is the background noise. I don't know how to stop a dog chewing a bone, particularly this one. Hang on, I'll get him. Rocky, come here and bring your bone. This is Rocky, the camera. This is Rocky. He's a pug, and look, and this is Rocky's bone. This is Rocky. It's really slimy, Rocky. Kind of. I'm going to put you down now, so you can carry on chewing your bone. But maybe I'll put it in the hall. So really sticky fingers. Okay. Look, what I've got. I've finally got my book. This is it. This Other London. Adventures in the Overlooked City. Right. John Rogers, that's me. Can't tell you how excited I was to get this. Sit in this little room writing away. And this cover here is by a brilliant artist called Bob and Roberta Smith. And if you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see various other videos of Bob. I made a documentary about Bob called Make Your Own Damn Art. So Bob did this beautiful cover painting on a bit of his old piano, which I was a bit sad about actually, because his piano is a really wonderful piano that he has in his kitchen, or he had in his kitchen, and he wrote some wonderful songs on that piano. I'll drop some in maybe under this, and the around here is a collage of maps, and originally there were various maps that were collaged around here. My favourite one was an old Soviet topological map of London. Was it a topological map or a topographical map? It was there was an old Soviet topographical map of London around here. And unfortunately we couldn't make it fit. Every time they would do a new version, I'd spot places on the cover that weren't in the book. And so because there were different scales of map, it was very difficult to collage them in a way so it only showed places that were in the book. Which was very important, and I felt a bit like Sheldon Cooper though when I was and I was going, well, you know, this place isn't quite in the book. It's sort of mentioned, but the launch of the book is tomorrow night, Stanford's Bookshop in Covent Garden, and I've got to get up and say a few words, and I have no idea what to say. Any ideas? Post them in the comments. It got like a day, really. But I just sort of think I've written this book. 84,000 words. Come on, do I have to write a speech? So again, I'm thinking of Sheldon Cooper, because I was sort of thinking, I watched that episode the other day of for about the 5th time, where he wins an award and has to make an acceptance speech, and he doesn't know what to say, and then he gets drunk and he ends up taking his trousers off, and that's all I have in my head is this image of me ending up in Stanford taking my trousers off. That mustn't happen. And these really lovely hand-drawn maps that were done by an artist called Nicolette Craven. It's nice foreword here by Russell Brand. My old mate Russell Brand's written a lovely foreword. Although there are a few things in it. Like he's called me a tangle-haired shrub shaman. Tangle-haired, this. And but it is very flattering actually, and it's lovely. I would try and pick out my favourite bits, but they're all my favourite bits. What I'll do is I'll now just open it randomly, and I'll just pick out one bit, because how long I've been talking? 5 minutes, which is already too long. I should be writing my speech for tomorrow night. I'm probably not going to write anything, and I'm probably just going to make it up as I go along, like I do these podcasts. See, there's a pattern emerging. But look, no one could call me lazy. I wrote this. Flick through at random. When I flick through at random, open it up, it always comes at the same place, because this is roughly in the middle. And this is a lovely chapter actually. They're all lovely chapters. This is called The Lost Elysium, this chapter, and that's a line from a poem by John Betjeman, who wrote about the Metroland along. It was a real sort of. He was the poet laureate, but he's really sort of the poet laureate of the suburbs, wasn't he? So where are we? Oh yeah, there's a wonderful story. I'm not going to recount it here because it will take too long. There's a wonderful old legend, the legend of Horsa, of Horsenden Hill, and Horsa was a Saxon warrior, and they think that's where Horsenden Hill gets its name from. It's Horsa's done. I'm paraphrasing there. The various excavations of Horsenden Hill didn't uncover the remains of Horsa or his mighty steed, just bits of pots and flints. The remains of 7 Saxon warriors, however, buried with their spears and wrapped in hemp cloaks still fastened by bronze brooches, were found on Cuckoo Hill, Hanwell. The field where they fell in battle is near a bend of the River Brent, until recently known as Blood Croft. I'm not going to carry on reading because that's actually a really good bit of the book, and I don't want to blow. It's a build up to that, and that's the end of it. And it's like I'm giving you the ending to a good story. I'm not going to do that. That body is still there. Now there's a public way of tracking whether I'm going to deal with that bodily or not, isn't there? I will have to get out there and do it. Erith Pier is possibly the most uncanny thing that I uncovered for myself doing these walks. It's 10 walks around London. 10 walks around what I call overlooked London, places where you wouldn't normally think to go, or if you would go there you might be going through them on sort of in a functional way rather than looking for adventure and mystery as I was. And I think Erith Pier was probably the most surprising place. I didn't expect to well, I knew there was a pier there. I don't know, it just felt like you were leaving the city. It felt like you were heading out into the sea almost. It was a really marvellous experience. There were a couple of boats that are docked there, and I ended up talking to the sailors on board, and they were just waiting at Erith Pier waiting for instructions, and it was like something from an old story. These sailors marooned in the Thames, unable to go ashore, unable to go ashore, not knowing when they were going to get instructions to move and not knowing where they were going to move to. You can track them actually. There's a thing where you can track shipping, and occasionally I look to see where they are. One of them last time I looked was in the Baltic Sea, whilst another one is back at Erith. So a year on, and one of them's still at Erith. They didn't seem very happy about that actually. And of course, I couldn't have done it without doing one chapter with my old mate Nick Papadimitriou. You'll see the London Perambulator on this channel. I made the film about Nick, and Nick sort of owns Middlesex in his own mind, and I'd done that walk across Horsenden Hill, and I sort of thought, oh no, Nick will feel my vibes in his area. I'm on his turf in Old Middlesex, so I wanted to go back and walk around there more, because there was a huge area of northwest London where I've never been, didn't know anything about it, and I thought, I really want to go and explore that, but I have to go with Nick. And so that was a wonderful day out with Nick. It was on the shortest day of the year, and it was the time when I thought it was the end of the world, and it was the 21st of December 2012. It was the day when lots of nutjobs thought that was going to be the end of the world. So that chapter's called The End of the World on Huxingdon? The End of the World on Huxingdon Hill. Gold is green to the Welsh Harp. It says gold is green to Wembley via the Welsh Harp. You know what? I do occasionally have the temptation to kiss it. I resist that temptation. I came really close last night.